Hello everyone! So I want to talk about how Loki is not an INFJ personality type, obviously. I saw these videos about, for example, Loki acting as his personality type, which is INFJ for a number of minutes straight. And I saw people on forums saying that he is an INFJ. I think it's mostly because he does look a little bit INFJ, but only look because he's all like wearing black and with black long hair. But I don't know, I picture INFJ looking like that. But I don't think he is an INFJ. I didn't see many people disagreeing with him being INFJ. In my opinion, he's more of a ENTP than INFJ, but that's not his personality type. He's just more of that. If you're gonna be wrong about it, at least be a little bit less wrong. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I think he is ENTJ. So first of all, I think he's extroverted. If you really look at him closely, if you have been obsessed with him for some longer time, you can see that he's so extroverted. And I know that Loki series has come out, but I was making these points even before that, and in Loki series you can clearly see that he is extroverted, obviously, so it's so obvious. But even before that you can see that he is extroverted. The way he's always smiling and happy to be talking to people. And just because it's always hurtful and mean, it doesn't mean that he doesn't enjoy it. He's mean and charismatic. I don't think introverted people are charismatic that often, especially INFJs. Well, they can be when they are faking it, I think. I don't know, I don't want to get people offended. I don't know a lot about those kind of people and how they are, but I know ENTJs, and I know that Loki acts exactly like an ENTJ. I made this video before. I tried to make it. I tried to upload it a couple of times, but it's always something like it's always something about copyright, and I even try to just remove the audio from it, not my voice, but the scenes from Marvel content, Disney Plus content, but it's always copyrighted, so I never get the opportunity to share my proofs, like video proofs, where for example when I'm talking about how he's always charismatic and happy to be talking to people, I would post these scenes where, for example, Jane would slap him and he's smiling and he's like, I like her. And when Thor is talking about how they were 8 at the time when he, the story about when he transformed into a snake and bit him, and he's smiling, and all these mean things that he's saying, but he's always smiling and he likes to tease people, and it really shows that he is extroverted, and he does like to be around people. Anyway, my point here is that I didn't had a chance to upload it to show people those videos because obviously it's copyrighted. I'm not allowed to share that, even though I removed all the audio and I put text to show what the characters are talking about in the moment, but it still got copyrighted. I don't know, it's because I can't obviously use someone else's content, it's Marvel's, even though I saw other people uploading videos of, for example, Infinity War and so on, Thor Ragnarok, and it didn't get copyright. I don't get it, but it doesn't matter. So I'm just gonna make this like a podcast or something. Next, I think he is a thinking type. He wanted to kill his own brother. Come on. While it may seem like it's because his feelings were hurt, it's mostly because logically he would be the one ruling Asgard if Thor dies. He does show many emotions like anger, but only as reactions to traumatic things that are happening to him. His father actually not being his father, and not just that, but he adopted him as a part of a plan. For nothing more than just a way to collaborate with another kingdom. Come on, Odin, like, what the fuck, Odin, okay? Get it together, like, it's your son. I can't get over that. The fact that, oh my god, I hate Odin. I can't be objective on this. I really hate him. Anyway, so you have to react to that with emotions. Besides that, he was always underrated by his own father, who was always lying how he sees him equal to his beloved Thor. When they were fighting Thor and Loki, and he's like, I never wanted the throne or something, I only wanted to be your equal or something like that. Yeah, he never got a chance. I mean, I don't think if he was telling the truth at that point, but it's so obvious even to him that he is not seen as equal, because Thor is, if you remember Thor from early Thor, young Thor, I don't know, like from the Dark World and the first one, I don't know the name, I think it's just Thor one. Oh my god, I forgot. It doesn't matter, but I can't remember the name. I think it's just Thor 1. It doesn't matter. So it's if you take a look at him, he's like just being too proud, too just wanting to fight, causing fights. He just wants the power and everything. He doesn't really want to rule, like to manage Asgard. He just wants to be. He just wants that title, that power that the king of Asgard has. It's really immature of him. He lets his emotions really drive him, because he's like, oh, I'm gonna defeat these frost giants, I'm gonna tag them, I hate them so much because I should rule everything and so on. While Loki and he is thinking in the moment, he's acting in the moment, he's like, oh, this is a good plan, I'm gonna do it. Just he doesn't even check it, like think about it, reconsider it. While Loki, he sits down and he's like, alright, I have to make a plan, and then he makes a plan to make Thor look bad and so on. But he really puts an effort into making these plans, which I think King is supposed to be like. Where was I? Odin didn't even try hard to make it seem like Loki, like he sees Loki equal to Thor. He was like, oh yeah, you're totally equal, I totally love both of you. But then he is like so obvious about Thor being his favorite. Loki shows his thinking personality trait signs when he makes these plans to kill his brother and put them to action. Not just to kill his brother, but generally making these plans. He loves Thor. He does love he is his brother. They grew up together because it's not that Thor was bad to him mostly. I think it's just Odin, but Thor was kinda okay with him, and Loki was just jealous. But he needed Thor dead in order to be the king, so he did it anyway. He tried to kill him anyway. You can see that he really loves Thor when he can look at Thor being killed by Thanos. If you remember in Infinity War, when Thanos was about to kill him, and he was like, and Loki was like, oh yeah, sure, kill away, I don't care. And then he was like really killing him. He was like, alright, stop. and then he gave him the love of he gave away the love of his life, which is Tesseract, for Thor. So yeah, all right. And some people might be like, yeah, it's only because they bonded after a while and so on. But no, if you I don't want to spoil this. I can't spoil. Okay, I'm not gonna say, but just I don't know if I already spoiled a lot, but just look at Loki series and or maybe just no, I'm not gonna say it, but just look at watch Loki series and it's gonna be clear. Alright, I think that's a spoiler. I don't know, not a lot. So yeah, basically he does love Thor, but he just doesn't think Thor is qualified to be a king, which he isn't, by the way, as I said. Even though he loves Thor, he makes a plan or multiple plans to kill him because he needs Thor dead in order to be the king. As I said, there is no other way for him to be the king, because Odin obviously will never see his greatness, you know, and Thor will always be the rightful ruler of the Asgard in his eyes. So how to like the final goal is to be the king. So how to get there is there's only one solution, that is for the actual king, which is Thor to be dead, and Odin, of course. You can see that even when Thor and Loki bond, when Loki actually lets his emotion be shown, Loki will always look at himself first, proceed with his plan to be the king. And I don't know if it really hurts him, I think a little bit maybe, but he just ignores that. For example, I think that was towards Dark World, when they bonded and Loki was faking his death, and Thor was like, oh my god, no, you're dying, and Loki was like, oh, I'm sorry, brother, and so on. And then like the next scene or scenes after that, he's alive, and he just put him through all of that because he always looks at himself first. And they really did bond. I'm pretty sure they really did, because they are brother. And even if you gave them the opportunity to be together for a longer time, to talk about something other than ruling Asgard, they will very quickly bond, because they do love each other. But the plan is for Loki to rule, so he can't let his emotions get in the way of that. Yeah, so he's a thinking type, you know. As I said, he loves Thor, but he does all of these things. And you know that because he has been dead before. I know that's funny. Okay, wait. There is a scene when Rocket Raccoon is like, dead brother, huh? And he's like, and Thor is like, well, he's been dead before, you know. That really tells us that he will always look at himself first. I mean, Loki. Loki is already more qualified than Thor. He changes his teams quickly because it's logical, because he needs it. And you know that scene when I think Korg was like Korg saved Loki, and they didn't even know each other, and Loki in Thor: The Dark World, and Loki was like, and Korg was like, do you want to join us? We're about to come to the ship, I don't know. And Loki was, well, you do seem like you're in a desperate need of leadership. First of all, that is so INTJ. That is such a INTJ thing to say. He's a true Slytherin, like a pure Slytherin, just like a real ENTJ, while INFJs are a mix of Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff. So not really, you know. I really can't see how people see Loki as an INFJ. Moving on to the base of MBTI types, which is cognitive functions. If we take a look at INFJ's cognitive functions, it is introverted intuition, then extroverted feelings, then introverted thinking, then extroverted sensing. Alright, intuition as a dominant function. He is intuitive, but as a dominant function. Do I have to say more? Like, he attacked Thanos with a flipping a butter knife. You know that. We all know that scene. Infinity War. That's all I need to say about his intuition as a dominant function. Next we have extroverted feelings. His feelings are pushed down so hard he forgets he has them. Like, they are definitely not his thing, and they are especially not extroverted. He loves Thor, he loves Frigga, and he's trying to keep it so much for himself that senses might even think he doesn't even love them at all. Thor even explains this because he knows Loki, and he knows that Loki loves his mother, but doesn't like to show it. In Thor, the first one, the Thor, the Dark World again. When Loki is in prison and Thor comes to him and he's like, "How are you, brother Nestor?" I don't know, but but Loki is like, "Oh, why'd you come to me?" And he is putting all of his illusions up, and he's like, "Oh, why'd you came here? You must be desperate to come here, and did you came here to mock me, to gloat, or something like that?" And Thor's like, "Alright, stop, like, this is not you, show me how you are really doing it." Then he puts down his illusions, and you can see that he's like, the mess is all around, and he's just messy, and you can see the state, the poor state that he is in, because he is in grief. He lost his mother, which he loved the most in the world. So yeah, that's how his emotions are. We can see here that he doesn't like to show his emotions, and that he is really struggling with them. He doesn't even know how to feel emotions and so on, and what to do with them, and he doesn't even understand them. And we can see that from many scenes, but I don't have time. So we can say that his feelings are introverted and definitely in his inferior function. Moving on to the introverted thinking. Well, he thinks a lot. He makes plans, he likes to analyze, to think. So it's obviously not his third function, and we can see that it is extroverted as opposed to Thor's when they come to Earth. Thor doesn't know how to act Midgarianly. Is that the word? He's all throwing cups and walking around the middle of a street, and like not behaving properly in a hospital. Loki fit in perfectly. Noah didn't even notice he's not from here, from there, from here. He saw the way other people act, he adapted. That's very extroverted thinking. Also, I'm sorry about my English. I'm not a native English speaker. Is that the proper way to say that? I don't think so. Anyways, I'm sorry about the noise in the background as well. I can't do anything about it. Sorry generally about the bad quality of this video. I just gave up on making it good, because I have been trying to make this video for so long and it never worked out, so I'm just gonna like post it anyhow with the baddest quality, with the worst quality. Sorry. Last we got extroverted sensing, which True is not that prominent in his personality. He's not much of a fighter. He doesn't care about his... Alright, wait, I didn't want to say that. So he's not much of a fighter, but he does care about his looks, about his hair, about his clothes, and he's like designing his outfits. And when he comes to Earth, he's very... I don't know how to say it, he's preppy and dressed, he just cares about his outfits. You can see that in Loki series. I hope I'm not spoiling the whole series, but this is just like a relevant part. If you don't wanna know anything, just skip this part. But in Loki series, a robot is touching him, and like I don't even know what he's doing, analyzing him, just touching him for some reason. I don't know. I don't remember what was the reason. And he touched his suit, and he was like, "Absolutely not. This is fine as guardian letter. Come on, SE." Activated sensing, so definitely not his inferior function. But even besides that, it's not his inferior function, because his inferior function is definitely introverted feelings. We can conclude here that he does not fit into INFJ personality type. Oh my god, this one thing came to my mind right now. In episode 3, again, I'm about to spoil it, I'm sorry. You should watch Loki series before coming here. There is this, so he got drunk. It's not spoiling the whole plot, but he eventually got drunk, and so like the way the other person, I'm not gonna say anything, but the other person that he was with is like, alright, I am so tired, I have to sleep and so on, while he's like, yeah, I'm so tired, I have to but not sleep. He's like, I'm about to fix this tiredness with the way I do. And then you can see him in the next scene just being drunk and talking to so many people and celebrating and dancing. So I don't think in any universe, in any situation, would INFJ do that. Honestly, like if they're faking it, then okay, but for real, I don't think INFJ would ever do that. Also, the more I look at him, the more I'm sure the more I think he might be ENTP, but definitely not INFJ. But let's take a look at ENTJ's cognitive functions, which are extroverted thinking, then introverted intuition, then extroverted sensing, then introverted feelings. We can see here that he fits into that much better. He makes plans, he shares his thoughts. What makes him more ENTJ than ENTP is that he makes these plans a lot. He makes these strategies, he thinks a lot before doing something. He shares his thoughts, he observes, he adapts. He knows when to adapt and how. I think that's not only ENTP trait, but also ENTJ. His feelings are an important part of his life, and so on. Let's take a look at each type. I mean, I'm not gonna talk about this deeply, I don't know how to say it, but just gloss over it. So let's take at each type's strengths and weaknesses. Efficiency. Well, I'm looking at the 16th personality site, and I know that a lot of people don't like it. I don't like it either. I mean, I don't like the test because the questions are too stereotypical and so on. They are not really that efficient in assessing someone's personality type, but the descriptions of types are perfectly fine. So efficiency, ENTJ, efficiency. As I said, he's more qualified to be the king than the actual king. He knows how to rule, he knows how to be a mid-guardian, he knows anything that he needs to know in order to make, well, anything in order that he needs to know, basically. Energetic, yeah, he's always hyperactive about saying mean things to people. Making plans, taking action. He's never chill, always making some plans, taking some action, you know, stabbing people, killing 80 people in 90 days, in 90 days, in 2 days, and so on. Self-confident, as he should. And yeah, yet again, I want to mention that scene when he's like, when Korg is like, oh, do you want to come to the ship? And he's like, well, you do seem like you're in desperate need for leadership. Come on, that's so confident. Besides that, besides me, he also thinks that he's more qualified for the 100th time, as he is, to be the king than the actual king. So yeah, that's very confident. Also, he just comes and steals the show. You've seen this a billion times. He got kidnapped by the Grandmaster in Thor Ragnarok, and it all ended up as him being the best friend of of a Grandmaster, and not just best friend, but I think Grandmaster was in love with him. So yeah, that screams confidence. Strong-willed. Bro, I don't know which type except ENTJ, and maybe ESTJ will hold on to killing their own brother and become that they love, and becoming a king this long. He never gives up. He has this particular goal in his mind, and he just is so persistent. That's everything. He's always focusing on that, and he's so strong-willed. I have never seen him give up. Come on, he fought till the last moment. If you take a look at the way he died, if you are not familiar with that, well, I'm sorry, spoiler alert, but you live under a rock if you don't know that he died. He fought to the last moment, literally. Strategic thinker. This is his most obvious trait. He always be making strategies and commanding his armies. He literally is a commander, which is the name of ENTJ type, personality type. Come on. Inspiring and charismatic. Well, I don't know if he's inspiring. He inspired me to make this video. Well, not him, but people who think he is INFJ. Come on. How can you think that? It's so frustrating. How can you think that? Like, how can you think? I can't. I don't even want to know how can you think that, but don't think that. But he's definitely charismatic. He is the most charismatic person I know. The most charismatic villain, the most charismatic character in the whole MCU. Well, some people might be like, oh, it's Tony Stark. Yeah, but no. I don't know anyone that hates Loki, but while some people don't necessarily like Tony because he's just a little bit too arrogant, while Loki is, the difference. I'm not gonna talk about that, it doesn't matter, maybe in the next video. It doesn't matter, but he's charismatic a lot, alright? He's the most charismatic ever. He is the most ultimate, he is the ultimate favorite villain, we all know that. It's the smile that he has while talking and while saying mean things to people. Stubborn. This is now I'm looking at the weaknesses. Stubborn, aka strong-willed, in an unhealthy way. Dominant, aka self-confident in an unhealthy way. Thank you. Next. Intolerant, of course, as he should. I don't like tolerant people. I mean, I don't want to be subjective, but I think that's fine because he doesn't let anyone do things to him without them being returned, in a bad way, like revenges and stuff. Impatient. I don't know if he's impatient. Do you think he's impatient? I can't really tell, to be honest. Or arrogance. Come on. Arrogance. He's like, I think Avengers, the Age of Ultron. No, in some Avengers, I can't remember which one. But he's like, his speech in Germany, if you remember, he's like, Neil. I said Neil. Neil before me. First of all, that's so arrogant. Then he's like, people crave subjugation. It is unspoken truth of humanity that you crave. You were made to be ruled, and in the end you will always kneel. And the old man is like, not to men like you. And he's like, funny. There is no man like me. And the old man's like, I don't know, something like, there are always men like you. And it's like, listen to your elders, people. They are they can be used as an example. And he's about to kill him. And so yeah, come on, that is so arrogant. I can't even. Come on. Oh, I mean, yeah, he might show some signs of arrogance if we look really closely. All right. Next, poor handling of his emotions. First of all, I don't think INFJs are arrogant. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe some are, I don't know. Anyway, poor handling of his emotions. His handling of emotions is so poor that it's using the same tea bag for 10 days of drinking tea every day. His handling of emotions is so poor that it keeps the bath water along with the baby because it will need that water for another bath. I have no idea what I just said. It's so poor. He can't handle his emotions. Like don't even try to convince me that he can't handle his emotions. I know that because I'm also ENTJ, and I have never met actually ENTJ that can handle their emotions properly. Maybe some old people, because their cognitive functions have come to that point where their inferior functions is so developed, but not really. I don't know. Not really. Even, I don't know, Miranda, that I don't know what's his name, from Devil Wears Prada. You know, she is old, but she also doesn't handle her emotions that well. Anyway, the next, cold and ruthless. Well, accept the fact that his ultimate life goal is killing his own brother and ruling everything, and the fact that he killed 80 people in 2 days, I don't think he's that cold and ruthless. While INFJ strengths are creative, he did create a lot of evil plans. I don't know, man. Insightful. Huh. No, he didn't try to understand. He never tries to understand why did the father of the year, aka Odin, oh god, I hate him so much, did that, and everything. Why did he do everything? I hate him. Oof. And he never tried to understand what does Odin feel like, what does anyone feel like anyhow. Never tries to understand anything. Why is Thor king? How does Thor feel while his own brother is trying to kill him or anything? He's not insightful. I'm pretty sure he's not. He just knows his goal, that he has to be the king, and he just cuts to the chase. Next INFJ strength is principled. Principled. Yeah, principled. The way he changes his team the moment he sees he's not gonna win. Yeah, very, very principled of him, you know. Wow. People who really think he is INFJ amaze me. Passionate. He might be passionate actually. I don't know. It's not that important, to be honest. The next one is the whole key to this whole discussion. Altruistic. Ladies and gentlemen, God, how do you expect me to take you seriously when you consider a man who killed countless number of people for no reason altruist to prove some point or something? I don't know. Altruistic. Get it together. Come on. I can't. How can you? No, you don't know INFJ if you think Loki is an INFJ. Next one, I'm not going to talk more about that. I don't have to say anything else. The next, sensitive to criticism. Man, I think he's just used to criticism. But if he was sensitive to it, he would change something. Like he would react to that. But no, it's always the same goal, same way, same grudge, same everything. He doesn't even care about criticism. He's just so used to it. Reluctant to open up. He might be that one, but I don't think he really is reluctant to open up always. He just doesn't open up when he loves someone, when he loves someone. But besides that, he does really open up a lot. The next one is perfectionist. If things don't go according to his plan, he just changes the plan. He makes a new one in a second, like this. Yeah, you can see me snapping my fingers. Come on, come on. I'm so... I don't even know. It's the heat. It's so hot here that I don't even know what I'm doing. Anyway, he doesn't stress about plan not going well. It's the final goal not being achieved that he stresses about. So not really. No, he's not a perfectionist. He might be a little bit though, not fully. Not fully though. Anyway, next one, avoiding the ordinary. He might be this one. I don't know, but I think he just wants what he deserves. I don't know. I'm open to negotiate this one, to be convinced that he is avoiding the ordinary, or that he is not. I don't care about this one. I don't know. Next one, prone to burnout. Bruh, I told you, this guy does not give up. He doesn't burn out or anything. That's it. That's the whole point. Anyway, if you still think that he is INFJ, bruh, come on. No, he's not. It's okay to be wrong. Like, sometimes it's just okay. I mean, I can be wrong, Loki can be wrong, anyone can be wrong. And in this case, INFJ, people think he is an INFJ are wrong. So what if he's misunderstood? A lot of people are misunderstood. Who says that ENTJ can't be misunderstood? Or anyway, like any points that you have, I don't know. He is not introverted. I just can't. Like, he might be ENTP, though I'm willing to debate on that one. I'm not sure, but I'm leaning more towards that he is ENTJ than ENTP, but I'm willing to be convinced that he's not, that he is ENTP, but definitely not INFJ. Well, we'll see throughout the whole Loki series. I was before I make this video, I already had all of this in my mind. I was like thinking, so many people think that he's INFJ, that Marvel crew, people who are in charge in making this Loki series, might even make him INFJ in the series because that's what fans want. And I was like so concerned, like how like it just doesn't go with him, and I was like, I don't know. But if you watch Loki series, you can see that he's very extroverted, he's very thinking. JOP, I'm not sure about that one, but he is ENTX, let's say. So, but definitely not INFJ. Stop doing that. Like, stop posting those videos. Stop spreading the misconception that he is INFJ. Stop. Just stop. All right. So yeah. Anyway, that's it for this half video. I don't even know what this is. Probably just gonna put a black background because I'm so sick of posting this video over and over again with another background that gets copyrighted. I even just once posted it, tried to post it, of course, with 16 personalities set in the background, like these strengths and weaknesses that I was talking about, and it was just my screen recording of that, but it still got copyrighted for some reason. It said that it's content from Disney Plus or something, and I was like, alright, I'm just gonna do it the other way. That would be it. I'm not gonna talk much more already. I'm talking for like 40 minutes. Thank you for listening to that, staying through that, paying attention. I really hope anyone will see this video because I really want to express my opinion on MCU and MBTI. I really like talking about this. I would be interested in making more videos like this, talking about MCU characters, even cast, analyzing them through MBTI, or in general, or the plot, or something about MBTI as well. So please like and comment. Tell me what would you like me to talk about, or if you have some additional points for why is he ENTJ, or why he is ENTP, or I don't know, alright, I'm gonna say it, even if he's INFJ, tell me your points. I'm willing to look at them and like debate on everything. Thank you, that would be it. Bye.